Hey guys, welcome back. Charles Damiano here from the Bruce Lee collection, and today we're gonna do a Bruce Lee room tour of John Negron's Bruce Lee room. John has two dedicated rooms to Bruce Lee, Brandon Lee, the Green Hornet, and we're gonna take you on a room tour of this first room, focusing on each wall of his room. So we're gonna start with this first wall, John, here that you put together, and it seems like you dedicated this to Brandon Lee and the Crow. Is that true?
Yes.
So talk a little bit about what you put together here and how you have it coordinated.
Well, it seems like Brandon Lee memorabilia is pretty much limited to the Crow. Even though there are a few things out there on Showdown Little Tokyo, Rapid Fire, and things like that, they basically center around the Crow. Just like when Bruce did Enter the Dragon.
Yes.
Most of your memorabilia and books and magazines center on Enter the Dragon, being that they were the first big smash hit that they did that really brought them out.
Yes, you're right, you're right.
That's why a lot of memorabilia comes out on the Crow, and it's still coming out to this day. So, you know, here I just have a few artworks from J. Obar that are signed and numbered, some different posters and things of that nature, some, you know, this bust here, Hector has it all autographed by the cast of the Crow, and I was able to get one.
That's a beautiful piece.
Yes, and I think they're only limited to 500. And there's only very few collectors I've seen that even have it.
Yeah.
Considering there's only 500. Next to it is a bust that just recently came out.
That's this one, right?
Yes.
That's beautiful. Wow. Look at that.
I had that sent off to a guy in Florida named Saul Alvarez. He's an awesome painter. He does all my painting for me. And he redid the eyes and the hair, which made it look a lot better.
Yeah, because the original...
Yes, when you originally buy them, the eyes are all... I call them googly eyes.
Yeah.
One eye's going this way and one eye's going way out there.
He did a great job with that, man.
He did.
We'll do a close-up of that.
He painted that for me and got it back to me, and the eyes just look sinister like it should.
Yeah.
And of course he did this other piece for me also.
These here in the middle, right?
Just that one there on the closest to you.
Yeah.
He did that one, and that one also. I mean, for the detail of how small that is, he did a good job with that.
Beautiful.
And then, you know, some different toys that have come out. A sideshow figure that came out some years ago, which they just recently came out with another one. And then Nika Toys, which most Crow collectors know, they licensed all the merchandise. Yeah. So a lot of the stuff is by Nika. And that's what you see here is just various things. I have a fleece blanket there, pillowcase, a game, 18-inch talking figure.
Now what is this thing? I'm going to kind of pick this up real quick.
That actually is on temp loan to me from Perry Lee. It's an actual bust life cast of Brandon's face that was done on the set of The Crow.
Wow.
Mark McCulley originally has the original one, and he casted that for Perry Lee. And Perry Lee sent it to me to take a look at it and display it for a little bit, and I have to return that back to him. It's an awesome piece.
Wow, man, I never seen a life cast of Brandon Lee.
There's only two that exist, that one and the original that Mark McCauley has.
Wow, that is incredible, man. Yes. That's a little spooky there of having Brandon's face without any Crow.
Yeah, if you turn it around, you can see where he signed it to Perry.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Brandon Lee face cast for Perry Lee.
2000.
Yeah, 2000. Wow, look at that. So it's limited to 2000.
No, it was he did it in 2000.
Oh, he did it in 2000.
In 2000.
And how many of these are available?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow, look at that, guys.
Specifically for Perry.
Brandon Lee life casts. I mean, I've seen a lot of Bruce Lee life casts and Green Hornet.
And of course, that one looks a little rough because you can see where they had the hair pulled back and everything. So that's why it looks the way it looks. But I mean, just to have that piece is
beautiful. Well, you have a beautiful Crow collection here. Let's take them onto this next wall that you have here, which you seem like you have a lot of figures down here, a beautiful Green Hornets display, and we'll kind of focus on that wall next.
Okay.
Stay tuned, guys. Hey guys, so continuing with the room tour of John Negron's first Bruce Lee room, we started with his Crow section, and he had a whole wall of Crow figures and Brandon Lee, and then we kind of panned this way where he has a lot of his figures, his Foshan statues, and then he has a cabinet over here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the cabinet and what you have stored in that cabinet?
Okay, in this great cabinet I have a whole bunch of Brandon Lee cover magazines. Here's a few of them to show you.
Wow, that's a rare one. These are kind of rare cover shots because I've never seen some of these Brandon Lee magazines before. Look at that. That's amazing. Wow.
So I've got a couple of hundred magazines with Brandon. I'm always searching for Brandon Lee magazines. I've got this cabinet full, and then I've got a box in the closet with probably a couple hundred, 100 maybe.
Wow.
Full of different covers.
It's so hard to find, you know, magazines. Look at that on Brandon Lee, and you have some rare magazine covers of Brandon Lee here. Wow, you have some collection. I know
I
you're.
think that one's from Turkey. This one's from like Germany. Two different versions.
Oh,
from
that's beautiful.
Germany.
Look at this cover of The Crow. Very rare cover issue there. And where's this one from?
This is from Germany. That one's from Germany. This one here.
Wow, that's nice too.
This one's from Spain.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
So to find magazines on Brandon is very difficult, and I've been doing that for some time now. One in particular that's one of my favorites is this one here, which is a pre-death, August 1972. And I'm not talking about Brandon's pre-death. I'm talking about Bruce's pre-death.
Wow, so this is from 1972.
August of 1972.
And that looks like a Chinese magazine, is it? Or
yes,
is it?
this was a family magazine. This was a family magazine, like the women would buy.
Yeah.
You know, like to decorate their house.
Oh,
and
wow. Talk about rare and different magazines. Look at that.
And what makes this rare is that when we were searching magazines back in Chinatown,
Yeah.
Chinese magazines in particular, we were always looking in the martial arts or Bruce Lee section. We never thought to go into the women's section where they had like Women's Day or whatever to see that he was actually on the cover of several of those.
Yeah, look at that, man. Wow.
So
that is very rare.
That is a double pre-death.
And unusual, yeah, because you have Bruce on there and Brandon Lee when he was little. Mm-hmm. Wow, I've
And
never
then
seen that one before.
on the side of it, even on the spine, it tells you 1972.
Oh yeah, look at that, pre-death. Well, these are worth a lot of money, these pre-death magazines. Hundreds of dollars, right, to get one of these, because you can't even
I
find
paid
these.
a couple of $100 for that one easy.
Oh, I bet. Wow, these are beautiful, John.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. And I know we don't have time to go through the hundreds of books, but every one of those file drawers that open up house books, and that's about 2 feet deep, that file, and you have them completely filled up, right?
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, you told me driving up here maybe 8,000 or better magazines and books on Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee. Mm-hmm. Wow, I commend you for that, man.
No
That's
problem.
amazing. Well, let's go to another section of your room here. I know the next one is we're going to focus on some Green Hornet memorabilia. If we were to pull out every one of John's items and speak about them personally, we'd be here probably 365 days. I think it would take us a year to get through.
You ought to tell your audience that what we're planning on trying to do, so they can get a better idea of what we're gonna.
We're in the talks of maybe cataloging all John's memorabilia, 15,000 items or so, and put them out in beautiful catalogs. If you think it's a good idea, please leave a comment below. Let us know what you think of the idea, and we'll make some of the catalogs available to you guys, the fans and collectors out there, and you'll be able to see, memorabilia from around the world that John has in his collection, because you don't just focus on USA stuff, right? You have things from all the different
Indonesia,
countries.
Vietnam, Korea, Japan, you name it.
Wow. So comment below, let us know if you think that's a good idea, and we're going to move to this next section of his wall, which is his Green Hornet section, and then we're going to end with his book wall and some of his magazine wall. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned for John Negron's next episode, featuring dozens of his rare, licensed Green Hornet collectibles shown beautifully in his display cases. See everything from Green Hornet lunchboxes, the Black Beauty cars, his Green Hornet unopened rare kite, the Green Hornet flickerings, cards, Green Hornet sticker sets, and much, much more coming soon. Also, continue to watch for more on his Brandon Lee Crow collectibles. Enjoy!